Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today I'm going to show you some really fun techniques to make a cute tag like this. This is a bookmark, and I made a little card to go with it, and I used stamps from Lost Coast Designs, and I made this really cute envelope with some brand new templates I got from Green Sneakers. They're the kreate-a-lope templates. They have new sizes, and I'm going to show you more of these next week, but today I'm going to show you how to make that tag. Very, very easy and very, very fun. Start off with a large shipping tag like I have here, and I'm using the chess pieces stamps from Lost Coast Designs. They're a very unique stamp, and if you have been stamping for a while, everything starts to look the same. Well, their stamps just don't look the same. You're going to find stuff that you won't find anywhere else. This is like a art doll meets chess piece, and they have a lot in the set, and I'll show you some other samples that I made with them in a little bit. Alright, so I make sure that I have that stamp good and inky by holding it to the light, and I can see that it's shiny, and then I sometimes add a little bit more because I really want to make sure that I get a good impression here. And I try to keep it from being crooked, and then I hold it down. I hold it in place because I want to give time for the ink to transfer from the stamp to the paper. While I'm doing that, I'll show you some other samples I made with this set. These are all tags that I've laminated because I'm going to make bookmarks out of them, and they're just so fun. I just really like that set, and I like how you can layer the different images to get some really cool effects. There'll be a link right below here to find that set right at Lost Coast Designs. I'll have a direct link for you, so you won't have any trouble finding them if you want to have a closer look. Alright, so there we go. We've got a pretty decent image there, and I'm gonna just do some coloring with some inks. And I think I'm going to actually do the background first this time because that ink's probably still a little wet. And I'm going to use some large stipple brushes and some ink. And I'm going to put a piece of scrap paper down so I don't get my mat all filthy. And I'm just going to swirl in some color. I'm going to do green on the bottom, kind of like grass. And I'll do blue in the top, kind of like sky. Nothing too fancy about that now, is there? I'm making this video at night. Generally, I like to do my videos in the day when I'm a little bit more alert and a little bit more perky, but I spent all day playing with these stamps, so I had to wait till the kids were in bed to make a video. But I had so much fun with them that I just thought I had to share. I had to share the Stampin' Love, and I'm going to use a stencil here. I've got this Distressed Diamonds. It's from the Crafter's Workshop. I got it on sale at AC Moore for $2.50. I'm using my homemade sponge dauber. It's just a paint cap, just a bottle cap with a cosmetic wedge shoved in and glued in place. I do have a video on that, but that's pretty self-explanatory. Oh, let me put my mask on that before I get too carried away. I did cut a mask. I'll stick that down there so I don't accidentally get anything on there I don't want it to. There we go. And after I cut a mask, I always keep it. I put it right in my binder with my stamps so that I don't have to cut it again because I'm kind of lazy. Y'all knew that anyway. Not a real big shocking revelation. And I'm just matching the ink that I dabbed to the ink that I have put on my card already, so I'm going in with my green. These are Distress inks, by the way. They look pretty good for this. Okay, there we go. Little blending, that's good. And so I wanted something kind of fun in the bottom, and since it's already masked off, that works even better. And I'm going to use this checkerboard. It's like a chest background here. It's dirty, so I gotta clean it off. Oh, you know what kind of operation I run here. Actually, this is take number 3 of this video. I thought I would do the card and the envelope and everything all in one video. It was way too long, and I couldn't say the word manila for some reason, so I decided I would just scratch that and do only the tag for this particular video. Right now I could flip this and do the same color, which that might be kind of cool, or I could switch colors, but I think I'll stick with the red. I don't typically stamp with Distress inks because I find them a little too beady. They bead up on my stamp, but something like this, you know, I'm just kind of experimenting and having a good time, and I'm not too worried about, you know, proper technique. I'm just going to sponge in a little more red. just to ground the image a little bit. All right, now I know my ink under there is going to be dry, so I'm going to lift up my mask. And this is just cut out of a scrap of paper, and I put a little washable glue stick on it. Not a big deal. You know, so you don't have to go buy that Eclipse tape if you don't have it or you don't want it. Let's see, yeah, I want to use a little bit of gold on the face. And then I want to use a more concentrated gold on the crown. So you can vary how intense the color is by how hard you press with these stencil brushes. These are just regular stencil brushes. I got them at Michael's when I was in Massachusetts for the heirloom convention, and I really like them. They're a lot of fun to use. I don't remember the brand. It was, I think, just one of those kids brands. It's in the kind of kids section. And let's give our lady some pink cheeks. I'm going to use a little of that spun sugar ink, cotton candy spun sugar, whatever the heck it's called. And some green eyes. So I like to mix my media. You know, grab a colored pencil, grab markers. If you don't have all these ink pads, use chalk. You know, you don't have to run out and get everything that I use. That's just foolish. And maybe I'll just go in and do the wings white up here. That's different than what I did before, but I'm gonna try new things so you don't get bored. All right. A little more gold in there. Alright, so then, whoops, I didn't mean to do that, but I'm going to do it to both now that I did it to one. It's late, folks. It's late. Lindsay is tired. I'm not really that tired, but I'm not really that coordinated. And I'm just going to touch up here where I got a little halo. I didn't have my mask lined up quite right. Tisk, tisk. There you go. But see, you know what? You can fix everything. So I can leave it like this, which I kind of like, actually. Or I can stamp over it, and it will look like this. So I think I'm going to leave it like that because I happen to like that. But if you don't, then you could do something completely different. I'm going to go trim some fibers and put some fibers on this tag because I'm going to leave it. I kind of like it like this. Alright, so I laminated my bookmark, and it does make the colors a lot brighter when you laminate it. I'm not exactly sure why, just the glossiness. And I've got a bunch of fiber together. Fancy word for yarn, folks. Yarn is fiber. You don't need to buy expensive packages of fiber. You can go to your yarn stash or your friend's yarn stash or the yarn shop and ask them for leftovers. And it will be just the same. Probably better because you have a better variety. And so I'm a knitter and crocheter, so I just went over to my yarn pile and just clipped some stuff off. That was easy. Ask your friends who knit. You know, they won't miss a couple of yards of this and that. Trim that down. There's always leftovers. You never use up every single ball of yarn. You never, you know, you always have some left over. Alright, so I want to show you this technique because I didn't show you using that stamp. It's really fun. I'm just going to do it on a tag though because I don't have time on this video to do this whole card. It's very easy. Oh, where'd my scrap paper go? Grab that again. And what I'm going to do is grab a circle that I punched out of a post-it note that was right here. And let me retrieve that and I'll be right back. Here it is, folks. It was right there the whole time. I'm just going to stick that on there. That's going to be my moon. I'll set this over here so you can kind of see that while I'm doing it. And then I'm going to do a little stenciling. I'll just throw that right on there. And I will stencil the blue. Find my brush here. That's not the one I was using. Oh, I'm so disorganized today. What's new, right? What brush was I using? Oh my gosh. And my blue ink. Yep. Memo to me, no more videos at night. And actually I don't even like to use a brush for that. I like to use this. Good grief. Telling you people, what kind of operation am I running? Not a very good one. No one will mistake me for Martha Stewart, that's for sure. And my stencil was dirty before, so I am getting a little bit of green ink in the mix, but that's alright. I'll just make sure I wipe off my dabber really good, and I don't think it's going to really affect the ink pad too badly. Let's go all the way down with that. Alright, and then I'm just going to dust on some of that color with my blue brush that I can never seem to find. all this extra ink is going to just make the moon stand out a little bit more. Probably this would be better to do with a color duster because it's a softer brush and it would spread out the ink a little bit more. And then I've got this, and I'm going to wipe it off because I have no idea what color was on this before. And I'm going to use some purple ink. I generally don't stamp, like I said before, I don't stamp with the Distress ink pads often, but they're right here and this is for fun, and I like the colors, so that's why I'm using this. And I am just going to use my Rock-a-Block. Mega Mount, actually, I'm always saying that wrong. And there, that's pretty good. I'm going to use my chest background and some red ink. I do good and I put all my ink pads away, and then it's like, oh, wait a minute. I'm still using those. That was foolish. Just like we did on the, just like we did on that other thing we just made. Good grief. What do you call that? Oh, yes, a tag or bookmark. There we go. And we can ink that up a little bit more on the bottom if we want. Really, you know, have fun with it. That's what the name of the game is. Use my little masking tape and add a little bit more definition to that with my brush. There we go. Hey, not too shabby. And remove our mask, and then we have a moon scene. Isn't that fun? So that's what I wanted to show you, basically how to get that same look. So here's my finished card, and we'll pop that tag right in there. This is the tag I made earlier. I don't know what I did with that tag. I just put the here's a tag we just made with the fibers. Oh my goodness gracious. Long day. And it's just kind of cute in that long kind of business sized card. And here is the envelope I made with my new kreate-a-lopes, which I will show you later this week, but I will put a link under the video to these templates in case you want to take a look yourself before then. And well, there you have it. Lost Coast Designs, gorgeous rubber stamps, link below the video. If you like this video, oh boy, I have a feeling I'm not going to get any thumbs up, but please give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe, and you won't miss any other crafty goodness or crafty craziness. You know, the typical stuff that I dish out to you every day or two. Well, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy crafting.